right.
So, and you said that one of the reasons you picked Saipan is that there's a crypto community there, right? This is one of those infamous, depends on which side you're on, infamous or famous crypto expat communities, right? That have been popping up all over the world since the rise of Bitcoin and crypto generally. Crypto millionaires or billionaires moving offshore and everybody getting upset about that or celebrating it. So what's going on there? Who's there? What do you guys do? What does that mean to have a crypto community in a particular physical location?
Yeah, this is a different. I think the intention with this is different, and it's a little bit newer. So people can visit cryptofrontier.org if they want to see a little bit more about the group that sort of brought me out. Founded by this guy Alexander Ugorji. He's he's got his master's in education from Stanford, and he was in China teaching, and then was traveling around Asia, and was actually inspired by some of the communities that he saw in Thailand.
Okay.
And the things that were going there with digital nomads, and having the Silicon Valley background, right? Having been at Stanford and being involved through college and everything, even mining cryptocurrency and everything, he got this. He said, look, in order for there to be a real industry, which we don't have an industry hub, we don't have a Wall Street, we don't have a Silicon Valley for crypto, and Silicon Valley is handling crypto very poorly, in my opinion. And we can probably talk about that in the future, right? Their incentives are perverse when it comes to cryptocurrency. The way that they've been built, their particular history, how their economic and political bent is not aligned. And so he wanted to find a place somewhere in the world where this could possibly happen. So there's been attempts at this in Switzerland. Again, I think the incentives are not aligned because of the existing banking. But he was in New York. Friend of a friend is a guy here whose family is pretty well established, a Chinese guy, but whose family has been here for quite a while, well-established business people. Told him about Saipan and CNMI, the Commonwealth and Northern Marianas Islands. And he flew out here, checked it out, and was like, this is it. And, the rundown is basically like, it's about taxes. It's about government regulations. It's about culture. It's about weather. I mean, the weather is always great here. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
You would think that it's like, because it's a tropical island and all of that, you think, oh, it's hot and muggy and all of that. And it's actually not. It's the average temperature here is basically room temperature. It's 75 degrees, basically.
Wow.
And there's a wet season and a dry season. We're in the dry season right now. Right now, it's 8 a.m. I've been up and I was out on the beach doing my morning prayers, and at about 5:30, it's been the same temperature this whole time. I think it's probably about 72 degrees Fahrenheit right now. With a little breeze, that always comes in, and that's it. And so it's perfect, and that's the normal temperature here.
Wow.
So all of those things. And then it was actually somebody had told me Mark Edge, the host of Free Talk Live, they were like, did you hear Mark just got a one-way ticket and he left to Saipan? And I said, where? This is in maybe November of 2019.
Okay.
I said, where? What? I'd known him for a while. I lived in New Hampshire for a year. I hosted that show with them once a month. So I got to know Mark over the time that I was there. And I knew that he was on this journey and this search for the freedom carve out. So whether it's a private city or whatever, he's one of those guys. Right. And so I said, wow, one-way ticket to this crazy place. And then I started researching, talked to him. He introduced me to Alex, and I told my wife, hey, I showed her pictures of Saipan, which if you want to convince somebody to go to Saipan, just Saipan, Google images and show them the pictures. It's incredibly beautiful, and you can't even capture it in photos. And so I told my wife, hey, would you want to live here? I have been working remote for years now, and I make all my income in crypto. So it's like, would you want to do this? And she said, sure, but let's plan the end of the year. We've got things to do. The kids we have a 1-year-old and whatnot. So we put it on the back burner. And then when the COVID thing started, so in March, we were in Southern California. I've been following, I'm a native Californian. I've been following Gavin Newsom his entire career. I know who this guy is, right? And when I saw the smirk on his face about locking people down, I was like, we're gone. We're gone. We're out of here. And, so we ended up on the last flight before they locked this place down. And, it's not that this community is particularly big, but that the focus is on really establishing a place where cryptocurrency is used, where people are earning it, and where there is an openness from not just the community. So we have the biggest restaurants, clubs, bars that are here and open are taking are using the point of sale system that I developed and the technologies that I had been developing for payments. And the group here has grown, and we are on a daily basis there buying groceries, hardware, food, all of that. I just had a meeting with the Secretary of Finance 3 or 4 days ago. We've been going back and forth, and we're starting this kind of stable coin program. We're trying to work out with one of the locally chartered banks here to do a bank issued stable coin that's local to here. And he said, look, when that is up, so long as we can get it into the bank account for the government, we will take it for fees and taxes immediately. We will take it. We will allow the businesses that have that to pay their fees and taxes in crypto. So that's the environment that we're in.
Oh my God. Okay. So that's what you guys are basically integrating crypto into the local economy. That's what that is. That's what that means to do a crypto expat community. Wow.
And it's not even expat. I mean, we're, I had told you when we had talked before that for me, this my whole involvement in crypto, and Bitcoin specifically, but and we could talk about the difference between those two, but for me, this is a multi-generational project. This is not about hodl and get rich in a year or two and somebody's going to retire. For me, this is about what do my children's children have in the world based upon this tool. And in order to do that, we have to have a sustaining environment where people can come and they can step out, fully step. That's what we're trying to build, is an environment where you're like, I want to go do this thing because I want to be done with the legacy financial system. I want to literally take my dollars, convert them into whatever this is, and then be done. Never touch a US dollar, never have a bank account, and I can go to work. I can pay my kids tuition at school. I can go and buy groceries. I can pay my taxes. I can do all of these things. And the people around me, it's not weird at all. And the businesses that want to support that and want to pay their employees in cryptocurrency and want to live in that world can locate here. And that's what we're building. And for me, that's the long term. That's why I say this is not a colonial thing. I want to be part of this thing. And I want to play a role for these people who are obviously brilliant in everything that they're doing, that they can see the vision. Right. And so it's like, why would I want to colonize some people who are obviously smarter than the people that I left from? Yeah. Right. I want to learn from them instead. And I want to bring my particular skill set and my knowledge and serve them, because they're obviously they can serve a broader purpose for the world just by being who they are.
Fantastic.